welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this Mediterranean mansion. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up in the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I will also have a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. So like I said, this is called a Mediterranean mansion. It has 8 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, and I built it on a 50 by 50 lot in Oasis Springs, and it came in at 308,243 simoleons. And then for the packs I used today, I used all of them apart from Get Famous and Get to Work. And then for the game packs, I used Jungle Adventure, Parenthood and Dine Out. And for the stuff packs, all I used was Perfect Patio stuff. So if actually, with that pack, I only used the hot tub from it. So if you don't have that pack, all you're going to be missing is a hot tub on the back porch. So if you don't have that pack, then, you know, it's just one item missing. And this will hopefully be available on console in the next couple of months. I do actually have another bunch of console builds coming on Tuesday, so I'll be making a video about which ones are coming then. And then after that, I don't know when the next update will be, but hopefully for that next update I will be allowed to share some more builds. So if I can, then maybe this will be included, because there are a lot of others on my list as well. So I don't, you know, have like a maximum of what I can share. So if it's not in the next update, then hopefully the one after that. And yeah, so this build actually I'm really happy with. I do have a tendency sometimes to kind of, you know, go a little bit sort of overkill with doing a lot of, you know, family homes in a row. So it's nice to do something a little bit different for a change. So like I said, this has 8 bedrooms. A couple of them are personalized. So there is one kind of neutral kids room, and there's also a twin toddler room as well. And I think the other ones kind of have, you know, maybe some like new colors associated with them, like, you know, maybe one that's more aimed towards like a teen boy and a teen girl, but nothing really that specific today. And in terms of other things that's in this build as well, there is, you know, like a study like I always do. There is actually a garage at the back of the build, which has a gym in it like normal, which I normally do, you know, with their garages. And actually followed an inspiration photo a little bit for this build. I mention this sometimes, but I don't really follow the full thing. All I followed from this particular inspiration photo was kind of how the front of the house looked like, how it has, you know, all those archways like put together, and you can see it there on the back and the front. So that was what I saw in this picture, as well as that little kind of carport thing there on the right hand side. They had that, and it kind of leads to the garage, which I did there too, so I've got that in. So that's kind of all I followed from that picture, so I'm not going to include like the link to it, because it's really like completely different. You know, just those couple of things that I followed a little bit just to get a little bit of a starting point, because sometimes, you know, I do normally kind of know what I'm going to do for a build, but if I do have any problems with it, it's normally just actually getting it started, like, you know, doing the front of the build or just getting the first like wall in or something. So that's what I normally have problems with. So I just kind of followed it to see if it'll help or not, and I did just get a little bit of inspiration to help me with how to kind of just start the build you know, to begin with, and that's all I followed it for. And this build didn't take me that long either to do. I think it was about like an hour and 20 minutes or so that's no time at all. And it is a 50 by 50 lot today, like I mentioned. I actually built this where the land grab household normally lives. That's where this lot is. I think there is actually another 50 by 50, if I'm not mistaken, where you can, in Oasis Springs, it's called like, isn't it called like a Futia mansion or something like that? I think that's what the lot name is. I might be actually getting that mistaken. I don't know if this is land grab household or not. I don't know actually, maybe it is, I'm not too sure. I never really play in Oasis Springs, or with like the land grab townies either, so I'm not really too sure about that, but I have a feeling it is. So I really wanted to do sort of like in, like, I don't know how to explain it, sort of like an outdoor / indoor fireplace in a way. It's kind of like in the back porch and actually in the front porch as well, where I went ahead and put one of those really kind of fancy fireplaces from Jungle Adventure in, because they do, I've seen them a lot in like people's builds like outdoors, and I thought it'd be a nice addition to the home, and it kind of really goes well with that Mediterranean theme, I think. So I went ahead and did that, which if you saw my Twitter post and actually my community tab post here as well on Saturday, I did actually go ahead and post like a little sneak peek to that, so you would have saw that if you are updated on those things. And in case you're not, I do actually have a Twitter and Instagram that I use on a very regular basis actually. So my usernames there are RealThomasTV1, which is the same as my origin ID. I do post a lot on my Instagram story as well of other things I'm doing in real life, which I don't always, you know, share or put on Twitter, so, you know, maybe you're worth following me there. And also as well, I do actually have a thing I made the other day, like an Instagram story highlight, where if you you go through that, you can actually see all of the builds that I have available on console and details about each build. So if you want to learn kind of, you know, what builds I have available, kind of what bedroom and bathroom number is, the prices that they have, then you can go ahead and check out that Instagram story highlight, because it might be a little bit useful for you, because, you know, you might have to kind of download all the houses off the gallery on console to see, well, I keep saying gallery, it's a library, to see which one you want to use, or you can just check out my Instagram highlight and choose which ones out of there you want to use, because it has all the information you need there. And yes, so we're just working on the interior now. This room is actually pretty big. It's kind of like the kitchen and dining room put together, and the dining room section does actually have a glass roof above it. I do think I did 2 glass roofs in today's build, or yeah, actually, no, I'm not too sure. Maybe just this one. And I don't do glass roofs that often in my builds. I used to when I first got it, but I don't really do it as much now. And I also have this glitch all the time whenever I use a glass roof in my build. Or maybe it's an octagonal roof. It's either one of those two. Where when you're taking the screenshots, like the ceiling of like the floor below disappears and it kind of goes all really glitchy. So that's probably one of the reasons why I don't use glass roofs that often, because it does make screenshot taking a pain for the videos. So this right here is the living room. Today there's actually only one living room in today's build, and normally with mansions I do like 2 or 3, but I just kind of, it just worked out that way. But there is other seating areas around, like on the front and back porches, like I said before, and also there is a balcony, well actually 2 balconies, one on the front and the back, so there's more seating areas there. I think those balcony areas have some of those kind of, what do you call them, like inventoriable bars. I don't know how to describe it. You know which ones I mean from Get Together. So those have got those up there as well. And then I also didn't mention, but outside there is the pool area as well, and also within the back porch there is a hot tub there, and there's also a little kind of area within the garden where there's a barbecue and a seating area as well. So you know, there's a few things here and there to do. And like I said, the garage and like the carport. And actually underneath the carport I did go ahead and put one of the woodworking tables in from base game, as well as the archaeology table from Jungle Adventure. It doesn't really make much sense putting that in, to be honest, but it was just a random thing I thought you could put in, so I just went ahead and put that under the carport because I wasn't really too sure what to put there other than cars. And also another thing as well, I noticed that kind of putting cars where like the front of them are facing like the front of the build, if that makes sense, as if it's like reversed into the driveway. I always find it looks really weird in The Sims for some reason. I don't know why, but so I always end up, it's like totally a random thing. I don't know, I was just thinking it the other day, because in real life I always like reverse park my car onto my driveway. I just find it easier to do that. Well, sometimes it is. It's sometimes you get it wrong, but you know, just so you can get in the car and go. But anyways, in The Sims it just looks weird for some reason. Anyway, I'm rambling now. So here we're just working on another bedroom. Now there is actually 2 bedrooms downstairs. There's this one and another one. I think we've already done the first one, I'm not too sure. But anyway, those ones I would probably say are guest rooms. Now, like I say a lot, most of my bedrooms that I do in my builds are neutral. So a lot of them, you know, you could say is a guest room really. There's nothing that really kind of differentiates them, you know. But I thought that since they are downstairs, it kind of makes them like separate from like the main bedrooms. So I felt like those were maybe more suited to being a guest room. And this room right here is the master bedroom. I know sometimes I do find it difficult to decide on a master bedroom, but I would probably say this one is, because it does have a nice big ensuite, and it does have a fireplace area, another little seating area, and this room is a fairly, you know, big size as well. So I would probably say that this is the master room. So I'm just putting a few decorations in here. Not really too cluttered in today's build. I didn't do too much of that, but as you know, that's kind of, you know, what I prefer to do anyways, and I think that's alright. Anyway, so there's another thing I was going to mention. I keep forgetting to mention this as well, but I do often ask for, like, you know, future video ideas and stuff, and any just build ideas, and I always tend to say that at the end of the video. Well, you know, with that, it is just an idea for me, and I can't guarantee that I'm going to do the idea that you suggested. I will add it to my ideas list, and I add everything to my ideas list, but, you know, I've got to, in the moment, be, like, inspired to do that and actually want to do it, and because in the moment, you know, when I write down the idea, I might be, you know, really excited for it, and then, you know, a week later, or whatever it is, when I come to actually build it, I might not really, you know, feel like doing it as much. So, you know, I've got to keep that in mind. So if you do suggest a build idea, you may not see it straight away. And I don't also do requests either. I rarely do those because that's like a lot of pressure as well. But, you know, if you do have any ideas at all, then always just let me know, because I write anything down and I'll come back to it when I need, you know, to do another video and just see which one kind of takes my interest, I suppose. So we're just working on one of the kids' rooms now. Like I said before, I did do 2 kids' rooms, I think. So there's this one here, and there's also a twin toddler room as well. And I think that's the only kids' rooms I did, and the rest of them are fairly neutral. I feel like I'm missing one. Am I? I'm trying to look through the screenshots here. No, it was just 2 today. So this is the other one here, the other toddler room. And as you saw with both of those rooms, the one that we just finished and this one here, they are very neutral. Even when I'm doing kids' rooms, which is a bit more of a personalised thing, I still try to keep things neutral just to make it easier for you to play with anything. I did actually get a suggestion though the other day to actually do a house for like an actual family and like make everything really personalised for a change, which I think would be a really nice idea. I don't actually do those too often. I think one of the last times I did was the Fill That Home collab I did with Ocean Sims. I think that was the Ramsey's Residence Mansion. That for that collab, I think that was the last kind of one that I really did like a really personalised build. But you know, it is a nice idea that I'll do from time to time. So now the rest of the kind of rooms here, I think we've got like 3 left to finish off, are fairly neutral. And I did try to go for more of like a consistent theme throughout them. So as you can see, a lot of the rooms today have like a darker colour scheme, and that's actually just from the kind of brown trims I did on the exterior, and that kind of made me go for a more darker interior as well for some reason. But yeah, so we're going to be heading on the screenshots in just like a minute or so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this voiceover up here. I really hope you enjoyed. In the comments section down below, let me know about what you thought of this build. If you have any more suggestions for other builds or anything else that you want to see on the channel next, that'd be really helpful to hear. You can go ahead and download this build from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I will also have a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. So thanks for watching, make sure to leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!